The top 10 most epic, bone-crushing, and thrilling hand-to-hand battles in the anime fighting world are here. From classic series to the latest releases, I've scoured the anime universe to bring you the cream of the crop in hand-to-hand combat action. Get ready to witness anime's most pulse-pounding hand-to-hand battles of all time. Starting my list is Hattori no Shita, The Outcast, which is not as popular as it should be. It's hands down one of the sickest animes when it comes to epic hand-to-hand fights. It's a crazy mashup of real martial arts and mind-blowing elemental powers. The first 2 seasons are full of epic action, but season 3 takes it to a whole new level where the Battle of Oya goes up against not 1, not 2, but 3 masked outcasts. It's a total edge-of-your-seat showdown that'll blow your mind, and that's just a taste of what the series brings. Hattori no Shita can turn the simplest stuff into mind-blowing moments. He takes simple concepts and amps them up with intensity and creativity that'll leave you mesmerized. But don't just take my word for it, the fans go wild for this series. From Zhang Chulan getting hilariously owned by Feng Baobao to the epic yin and yang battle between Zhang Chulan and Zhang Lingyu, Hattori no Shita delivers one unforgettable showdown after another. These fights are packed with raw power, mad skills, and heart-pounding action that'll make you beg for more. Speaking of adrenaline rush, Baki's epic fight involving Yujiro and Kakukayo should always have a spot on everyone's list. It's been a while since I've seen something like this, especially with the popularity of martial arts shows on the rise. The fight between Yujiro and Kakukayo is everything you would expect from an anime. It's over the top, intense, and filled with twists and turns that only anime can deliver. These 2 characters are some of the strongest in the show, so you know it's going to be an epic showdown. Yujiro may come out on top, but Kakukayo doesn't disappoint either. He doesn't back down and gives it his all. This fight is a prime example of why martial arts animes like this are so popular. They take things to a whole new level, bringing us wild and thrilling battles that we just can't get enough of. If you're craving some intense action and a show that'll keep you entertained, give this fight a watch or a rewatch. Before you rewatch that one, check out Vivi, Fluorite Eye Song, and the Vivi vs Yugo fight, which is the next fight on the list. The fights in this series are just fantastic, and that's one of the reasons why I love it so much. The themes, the overall production quality, and the pacing are all top-notch. Everything looks so good, and when you combine that level of quality with fast-paced fighting, you know something amazing is about to happen. The fight between Vivi and Yugo carries a lot of emotional weight. It's not just about the physical clashes, there's so much more going on beneath the surface. The crisp animation brings the fight to life, making every moment and strike feel impactful. The music also adds so much depth and emotion to the scene, complementing the action perfectly. From solemn tunes to a crescendo that reaches a tipping point, the soundtrack enhances the entire experience. It's a beautiful thing to witness. Since we're talking about hand-to-hand combat, I can't leave out the original king of combat sports anime, Hajime no Ippo. This show has received critical acclaim for all the right reasons. The greatest fight has to be Ippo's fight against Ryuhei. This fight still gives me goosebumps when I watch it. This fight is a contrast of fighters with Ryuhei, the wild, ruthless brawler, against Ippo, the more tactical of the 2. This fight draws out a more reckless side of Ippo and forces him to reach new heights. The animation is flawless in its presentation of a beautiful boxing match and truly does the manga justice. This fight is truly Ippo at his prime, and the best highlight of such a great boxing anime. The next one is Kengen Ashura. The fights are off the charts, such as Kiryu vs Nikaido or Akito vs Okubo, but my choice for the best fight in the series and one of the best anime fights of all time is Oma vs Ryan. The tension between the 2 built throughout the season, since Oma's existence had become an insult to the head of the Kirei clan. When the 2 finally face off against each other, these 2 behemoths started trading brutal blows right away. The fight ramps up to an insane level when both fighters transform into their advanced forms. It's pure carnage, with one ferocious blow after the other. It's such an intense fight and a great way to end the first season. Despite some people criticizing its animation, Kengen Ashura still manages to capture the essence of what makes a fighting anime great. The emotional impact of the fights hits hard. You get invested in the characters and they're all fighting for something. Next up is the intense encounter between Valhalla and the Tokyo Manji gang and Tokyo Revengers. This encounter delivers everything you could ask for in an action sequence. It's not every day that we get to see a multi-man rumble at this level, but when it happens, it's pure gold. The build-up and hype leading up to this conflict makes it feel extra special. And when the action finally kicks in, it's intense in all the right ways. It's wild and chaotic and keeps you wanting more action. The warfare depicted in Tokyo Revengers is done exceptionally well. You get the gritty, down and dirty feeling as the characters battle. And let me tell you, some insane moments in this fight will stick with you. Mikey, who was already a popular character, really shines in this battle and earns himself even more fans with his impressive performance. It's these adrenaline-pumping moments that make Tokyo Revengers stand out and keep viewers hooked. The God of High School managed to steal the spotlight upon its release, and for good reason. The anime's fighting scenes are tremendous. The battle between Jin Mori and Hondeui spiced the entire arena as they went head-on, showing off their unique martial arts. The choreography, animation, and execution of the fight are all top-notch, creating an adrenaline-pumping experience for the audience. The fluidity and crispness of the battle sequences are remarkable. It's worth noting that the God of High School has received a polarized reputation among viewers. While some appreciate its stunning fights and fast-paced storytelling, others have mixed feelings about the rushed pacing and condensed narrative. However, the anime's strong suit lies in its ability to deliver exhilarating fights that leave a lasting impression. The number 3 spot belongs to a relatively unknown anime called Fog Hill of 5 Elements. Seriously, it's a total gem that doesn't get the recognition it deserves. Just like Hitori no Shita, it flies under the radar but has its unique charm. I've been on a mission to uncover fantastic anime, and man, stumbling upon Fog Hill of 5 Elements was like finding buried treasure. In just 3 episodes, the world is mind-blowing with fights that'll have your eyes glued to the screen and moments that'll take your breath away. It's a mix of martial arts and history, creating a setting that's intriguing and immersive. The real star of Fog Hill of 5 Elements is the jaw-dropping fight scenes. Seriously, the animation and choreography are top-notch. You won't be able to tear your eyes away from the screen, trust me. If you don't believe me, just find a video that showcases those mind-blowing sequences. And hey, it won't take up too much of your time with just 3 episodes, but man, you'll get a unique and satisfying viewing experience. Alright, let's spice things up with my runner-up from fan favorite Jujutsu Kaisen. One of the greatest fighting moments in Jujutsu Kaisen that completely caught me off guard is the Yuji and Toto connection. 2 absolute powerhouses step up to face off against the formidable Hanami. But what truly sets this fight apart is the chemistry between Yuji and Toto. Their camaraderie and friendship shine through as they flawlessly synchronize their attacks. It's like they're reading each other's minds, effortlessly complementing each other's moves. You can't help but to love their dynamic, the way they push each other to new heights. This fight is the culmination of their sparring sessions and growing friendship, and it's a testament to their progress, both as fighters and as friends. The emotional investment in their journey makes every move all the more exhilarating. In the grand scheme of shonen anime, this fight stands tall as a true gem. It encapsulates the essence of peak shonen fighting, showcasing the growth of characters and the sheer adrenaline of a battle for the ages. It's a testament to the ever-growing history of action-packed shonen, leaving a lasting impression that will be talked about for years to come. Time for number 1, the best of the best, and it comes from none other than Naruto. It's one of the shows that created a whole generation of fans, one of the big 3. And when it comes to epic fights, Naruto takes the cake. It's chock full of hand-to-hand fights, but they're not just any fights. I'm talking about fights that make your eyeballs pop. The most legendary clash of the series has to be the one between Kakashi and Obito. Their fight was nothing short of epic, an alternate dimension with no distractions, just pure mano-a-mano combat. They don't rely on any flashy jutsu, it's all about their raw physical skills. You can feel the intensity in every punch and kick. It's a battle that showcases their deep connection and strained relationship, and it left everyone in awe. Naruto fights are heavy on their use of jutsu, and rightfully so, but some of the greatest fights in the series involve jutsu taking a backseat. Remember when Guy went all out on Madara? That was insane! Nobody expected him, of all people, to give Madara that beating. I can still replay that fight in my mind and I feel the adrenaline rush. And what about Lee versus Kimimaro? A lot of my favorite fights in the series involve Rock Lee or Might Guy. Anytime they entered the fight, I was fully engrossed. But Kakashi and Obito stand above all the rest. Their history together and the life paths it took them on builds so much more emotion into the fight, which is the added boost to place it at the top of the podium.